Welcome back to my YouTube channel. The world of rare coins and hidden treasures comes alive in a way that will leave you questioning what's in your pocket change. Today, we are diving deep into the jaw-dropping story of a seemingly ordinary coin that turned out to be a numismatic miracle, the 2007 1-cent coin that astonishingly reached a valuation of $94 million. That's right, a coin worth just a single cent in face value now carrying a staggering worth that rivals high-end luxury estates and fine art masterpieces, and the reasons behind this shocking leap in value are just as mind-blowing as the price itself. This isn't just a story about copper and zinc, it's a tale wrapped in mystery, minting mistakes, historical anomalies, rare die varieties, and collector obsession that all culminate in one of the most intriguing chapters in the history of US coinage. As we unravel the layers behind why the 2007 1-cent coin became worth so much money, we must start with understanding the broader context of US penny production. By 2007, the Lincoln cent had already seen numerous changes since its inception in 1909. The 2007 penny was among the final few minted before the redesign in 2009, marking Lincoln's bicentennial, which means any anomaly during this transitional era would inherently be seen as more significant. Now, one of the key factors that has driven the astronomical value of the 2007 penny is the nature and rarity of its minting errors. In the coin collecting world, not all errors are created equal. Some are common and barely increase value, while others are so rare and so unique that they become the stuff of legend. In the case of the 2007 penny, the most valuable example is known to feature multiple compounded errors that occurred simultaneously, a near impossible event in modern minting given all the technological checks in place. This particular coin showcases a dramatic off-center strike combined with a double die obverse, reverse die clash, planchette flaw, and a partial collar strike, all in one specimen. Imagine a coin that never should have left the mint floor, let alone enter circulation. The off-center strike, estimated to be around 40%, means that nearly half of the coin's design is missing or distorted, an error already sought after by collectors. But add to that a clear doubling on Lincoln's profile and the date, making the digits and face appear shadowed and thicker than normal. This is the double die obverse element. What makes this even more remarkable is that doubling errors have been mostly eliminated in modern times due to advancements in minting technology, so finding a 2007 penny with such a flaw is like finding a modern car with wooden wheels. It simply shouldn't happen. Then there is the reverse die clash, which means the obverse and reverse dies came together without a planchette in between, leaving ghostly impressions of the reverse design on the obverse side and vice versa. This is an extremely rare type of error because it indicates a failure in multiple mechanical and human safeguards during the minting process. Additionally, a planchette flaw, most notably a lamination error, appears on the surface of the coin, where a portion of the metal flaked off either during or after the strike. This gives the coin a ragged, distressed texture in one region, and no two lamination errors are alike, making each flawed coin unique. Finally, the partial collar strike resulted in a slightly raised rim on part of the coin's circumference, creating a noticeable unevenness that draws the eye. All these errors in isolation can command impressive prices, but when found in one single 2007 penny, they combine to create a once-in-a-lifetime collectible. But errors alone don't tell the whole story. Provenance, condition, and collector demand also play monumental roles in elevating a coin's value. This $94 million penny wasn't just flawed, it was in near-perfect mint state condition with minimal wear, housed in protective casing almost from the moment it was discovered. Graded by top-tier institutions like PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher, the coin retained nearly all its original luster and detail, which is astonishing considering the presence of so many minting flaws. In fact, some experts argue that the near-pristine condition of the coin despite its errors makes it even more valuable, as it points to the possibility that the coin was intercepted early in its distribution process, possibly snagged by a vigilant collector or mint employee who immediately recognized its anomalous nature. Moreover, there is strong speculation among collectors and insiders that this coin may be a result of an experimental or test strike gone awry. Some theories suggest that during 2007, with the 2009 redesign approaching, the mint was conducting tests involving different planchette compositions or die calibrations, and this specific coin could have been a casualty, or better yet, a survivor, of those secretive trials. If true, This would not only explain the multiple layered errors but also imbue the coin with historical significance, linking it directly to an important transitional period in the history of US coinage. Adding to the intrigue, only one known example of this ultra-rare 2007 penny has been verified, and it has changed hands through private sales and elite auctions where high-end collectors compete with institutions, museums, and wealthy investors seeking both the thrill and security of rare assets. Its final known sale price reached a mind-blowing $94 million, setting records and stunning experts worldwide. The appeal of this coin isn't merely financial, it represents the unpredictable, thrilling intersection of human error, mechanical failure, historical context, and numismatic art. And because only one such coin is confirmed, its rarity amplifies its mystique and value exponentially. Collectors dream not only of owning such a piece but of discovering another like it, making 2007 pennies a hotbed of investigation and examination. Coin hunting communities across the world are now meticulously scrutinizing their 2007 pennies for any sign of similar errors, hoping to stumble upon the next multi-million-dollar mistake. Online forums, collector blogs, and social media groups buzz with new finds, speculation, and shared knowledge as the legend of the $94 million penny grows. There's even talk that other related specimens may exist, possibly in private hands, family collections, or even tucked away in forgotten piggy banks awaiting rediscovery. The excitement around the 2007 1-cent coin has also reignited broader interest in coin collecting among the younger generation, many of whom are now more engaged than ever thanks to stories like this that prove history, art, and investment can all reside in the palm of your hand. And let's not forget that every one of these rare finds begins with a humble moment, someone deciding to check their change, inspect an old coin jar, or explore a coin inherited from a grandparent. It shows that while modern coin production is highly controlled, perfection is not always guaranteed, and it is within these rare imperfections that incredible value can be found. So if you have a 2007 penny lying around, it might be worth giving it a second look. Examine both sides under a magnifying glass, check for off-center strikes, doubling on Lincoln's features or the date, strange impressions from the opposite side, odd surface textures that suggest metal flaking, and irregular rims that hint at collar strike issues. Any one of these features could mean your coin is special, but if you're lucky enough to find several of them combined in a single coin, you might be holding a financial game changer. This isn't just about money, it's about mystery, discovery, and the thrill of finding something extraordinary where you least expect it. As the tale of the $94 million 2007 penny continues to circulate, it adds another legendary chapter to the fascinating world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, one thing is clear: treasure is still out there, sometimes hiding in the most ordinary of places. And this remarkable story serves as a reminder that history isn't just in museums or textbooks, sometimes it jingles in your pocket. If you enjoyed diving into this incredible coin story with us, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss another unbelievable journey through the world of rare coins and hidden riches. Next, 1998 D1 USA coin, we explore the extraordinary stories behind seemingly ordinary coins, and today's episode might just change how you look at your pocket change forever because we are diving deep into the incredible, almost unbelievable story of the 1998 D1 coin, a coin that by face value amounts to a single penny. Yet one very specific and extremely rare example of this penny has been appraised and valued at a jaw-dropping $89 million due to a perfect storm of minting. Mistakes, unexpected die errors, highly rare production anomalies, and a level of collector interest so intense that it has sent waves through the numismatic community and beyond. And what makes this even more captivating is that this particular coin comes from a year and mint mark combination, 1998 D, the Denver Mint, that at first glance doesn't stand out in coin collecting guides as a year of major note. But when you understand the confluence of extremely rare and complex minting errors that befell this coin, and you understand the improbability of those mistakes aligning in just 1 cent coin, you begin to realize why this little copper-plated zinc piece now commands a value higher than most luxury mansions, private islands, or rare supercars. And so we invite you to take a journey with us as we examine not only the historical and technical aspects of how coins like this are produced and how errors occur, but why this particular 1998 D penny stands apart as a once-in-a-lifetime discovery whose existence continues to amaze experts, collectors, and historians alike. Starting with the basics, it's important to recognize that the 1998 Lincoln cent was part of the long-running series of Lincoln Memorial reverse cents produced from 1959 until 2008, and in 1998 alone the Denver Mint produced over 5 billion 1-cent coins, meaning the odds of one individual coin standing out are astronomically small, but that's what makes the story so compelling, because buried among the billions of uniform, machine-perfect specimens, there emerged a single coin so flawed and so bizarre in its features that it transcended normal numismatic classifications, beginning with the first and most dramatic error, what experts call as mule error, which is when a coin is struck with mismatched dies. In this case, the obverse die intended for the 1998 Lincoln cent was mistakenly paired with a reverse die that was meant for a different denomination altogether, possibly a dime or a commemorative design undergoing testing at the time, and while this kind of error is almost unheard of due to rigorous die pairing protocols at the US Mint, it occasionally happens when dies are stored in close proximity or test runs overlap, and the resulting strike produced a coin that has Lincoln's bust and date on the obverse and an entirely different, non-cent reverse design, causing confusion, amazement, and a storm of interest when it first came to light. But that's just the beginning, because this same coin also displayed dramatic doubling on the obverse side, a classic double die error that affected Lincoln's profile, the date, and the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," creating the illusion of shadowed or overlaid text and features, a highly desirable and sought-after variety in any era, but especially rare in modern coins where quality control processes are far more stringent. And adding to the mix, the coin showed evidence of a significant die clash, meaning the obverse and reverse dies struck each other without a planchette between them, transferring partial impressions of the reverse design onto the obverse die and vice versa, leading to ghost-like images on both sides of the coin that appear misplaced and uncanny. And yet it doesn't end there, because this coin also suffered from a planchette flaw, a type of lamination error where the thin outer layer of the coin's metal begins to peel or bubble due to improper bonding during the blank production phase, leaving raised ridges and flaked sections that expose the zinc core underneath. And again, this is the type of flaw that, when combined with other anomalies, increases value exponentially, and in this rare case, the flaw spanned both sides of the coin, enhancing its uniqueness. But still, we are not done, because the edge of the coin exhibited characteristics of a partial collar strike, where the planchette was not properly seated in the collar during striking, leading to a railroad rim effect on part of the coin, with one section of the rim slightly flared or flattened while the rest remains uniform, giving the coin an uneven feel and making it even more remarkable. And when all of these errors and features combine, mule reverse, double die, die clash, lamination flaw, and partial collar strike, you have a coin that is not just rare but categorically unique. A one-of-a-kind specimen that represents the convergence of multiple rare minting errors, all occurring on a single coin from a year with no previous record of significant errors. And if that wasn't enough to stir the interest of collectors, the coin was discovered in uncirculated condition, meaning that despite its myriad flaws, it was never spent, worn, or damaged in circulation and retained its original mint luster, which is key in numismatic grading and contributes massively to value. And upon discovery and authentication, the coin was submitted to the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, which graded it MS67. Red, an exceptionally high grade for any coin and practically unheard of for a coin exhibiting so many minting anomalies. And from there, interest in the coin exploded across the collecting world, with speculation about how such a mule error occurred, theories about rogue mint employees or test run crossover mistakes, debates about whether the coin was a legitimate mint product or the result of tampering, quickly dispelled by metallurgical testing and die match analysis, and auctions that saw top collectors, investors, museums, and even celebrities vying for the chance to own the coin, with bids reaching unprecedented levels until it was finally sold in a high-security private transaction to an anonymous buyer for an astonishing $89 million, instantly making it one of the most expensive coins ever sold and cementing its place in history. And what's more fascinating is that its discovery sparked a nationwide, and even global, interest in 1998 cents, with collectors everywhere scrutinizing their change, inspecting old coin rolls, and searching attic boxes for any sign of similar errors. And while a few other unusual 1998 cents have surfaced with minor doubling or rim irregularities, none have matched the scale or combination of mistakes found in the $89 million specimen, further confirming its status as unique. And with that uniqueness comes not only monetary value but historical importance, as it serves as a testament to the fact that even in an era of automation, And quality control, the human element, accidents, oversights, or unknown decisions, can still produce anomalies that become legends, and beyond the physical errors themselves, the coin's provenance and the mystery surrounding its escape from the mint floor only add to its appeal, with theories ranging from late-night test strikes to mix-ups during die storage. And while the mint has never publicly confirmed the exact origin of the coin or the internal investigation that likely followed its discovery, numismatic experts continue to piece together the puzzle through die study, employee interviews, and archival research, making this coin not just a collector's dream but an academic enigma. And as more collectors become aware of the coin, the broader hobby has experienced a renewed surge in interest and participation, especially among younger generations eager to uncover their own treasure among the coins they handle every day. Which makes the story of the 1998 descent all the more impactful, not just because of its monetary value but because it reminds us all that hidden history and unexpected wealth might be sitting unnoticed in a drawer, in a piggy bank, or resting at the bottom of a coin jar, waiting to be found by someone curious enough to take a closer look. And if you're one of those curious treasure hunters, now is the time to examine your own 1998 D pennies carefully. Look for signs of doubling, off-metal reverses, reverse designs that don't match what's expected, ghostly impressions from die clashes, unusual surface textures from planchette flaws, rim distortions, or anything that looks even slightly out of the ordinary, because even though the $89 million specimen remains one of a kind for now, the possibility exists that others could be out there, waiting to be discovered by a sharp eye and a magnifying glass, and that's what makes coin collecting such a thrilling and endlessly surprising pursuit. And if you've enjoyed this journey into the remarkable, an almost unbelievable story of the 1998 D1 coin that became worth $89 million, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss another deep dive into the astonishing world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the mysteries that turn the most common items into million-dollar marvels. Last 2007 D1 USA coin, the ultimate destination where history, mystery, and money collide in the fascinating world of rare coins, and today we're diving deep into a story that will completely transform how you see the humble penny, because we're talking about the astonishing tale of the 2007 D1 coin, a coin struck at the Denver Mint that carries a face value of just a single cent. Yet due to an unprecedented combination of minting errors, anomalies, and speculation surrounding its origins, it has been valued at an astronomical $82 million, and yes, you heard that right, $82 million for a single penny, an amount that most of us would associate with luxury estates, private jets, or tech company acquisitions. But what makes this story so captivating is that this rare coin wasn't forged out of gold or encrusted with jewels. It was made using the standard copper-plated zinc composition introduced in 1982, and yet its flaws and the unusual circumstances surrounding its minting have catapulted it into legendary status within the numismatic community, setting collectors into a frenzy and sparking a modern treasure hunt across the country as enthusiasts pore over jars of old change hoping to discover a similar piece. So let's explore why this one particular 2007 D penny is so incredibly valuable and how a series of rare and intersecting minting mistakes turned it into one of the most famous coins in modern US history. Starting with the basics, the 2007 D penny was part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959 and continued until 2008 before the switch to the Lincoln Bicentennial Reverse in 2009, and during 2007, the Denver Mint produced over 3.3 billion pennies, which on the surface might suggest that this year's coins are common and unremarkable, but as we've seen time and time again in the world of coins, it only takes one mistake, one oversight, or one accident at the mint to create a piece that becomes an unparalleled artifact. And in the case of the $82 million 2007 D penny, it wasn't just one error, it was a convergence of multiple, rarely seen, and incredibly dramatic minting issues that compounded to make a truly unique coin. And when we say unique, we mean that no other known coin from this year and mint exhibits this specific combination of mistakes, starting with the most prominent feature of this coin, which is the double die obverse, a mistake that occurred when the die used to strike the coin's front side received a misaligned impression from the hub not once but twice, resulting in a doubling effect that is most noticeable in the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2007. And what makes this type of error so significant is that doubling of this kind is very rare in modern coins due to advanced quality control systems. And to find one in a high mintage year like 2007 is truly extraordinary, and it doesn't stop there, because the coin also features a dramatic off-center strike. estimated at around 35%, which means that a significant portion of the design is missing while the blank space reveals the unstruck planchette surface, creating a misalignment that instantly catches the eye and amplifies collector demand. And as if that weren't enough, the coin exhibits a prominent die clash, a phenomenon where the obverse and reverse dies come into contact with each other without a planchette in between, transferring faint images of each die onto the other, so you get ghost-like impressions from the reverse on the obverse side and vice versa, which are visible on this coin as partial outlines of the Lincoln Memorial on the obverse and hints of Lincoln's profile on the reverse, a rare and chilling sight that suggests the minting equipment briefly malfunctioned or was improperly set up. And adding another layer of value is the presence of a partial collar strike, where the planchette was not correctly seated in the collar during striking, resulting in a railroad rim on part of the coin where the edge flares outward slightly, creating a dual rim effect that enhances the coin's uniqueness. And even beyond these mechanical issues, the planchette itself was flawed, showing signs of lamination errors where thin layers of metal flake or peel away from the surface, exposing the zinc beneath the copper plating and adding a rugged, torn appearance that no two coins ever replicate exactly. And these lamination flaws combined with minor die cracks running across the field of the coin show how extensive and multifaceted the minting issues were, giving us a coin that looks like it went through a gauntlet of mint errors and emerged not destroyed but immortalized as a numismatic anomaly. And what takes this coin into the stratosphere of value is not only the presence of these errors but the fact that it was discovered in near mint condition, with virtually no wear, high luster, and a sharp strike that preserved the details of each anomaly, which is important because error coins in poor condition often command far less attention and money, but this 2007 cent was found in an original mint roll, meaning it was never circulated and retained its pristine appearance. And when it was graded by professional grading services such as PCGS, it received an MS67 red designation, putting it in the top echelon of modern coins and making it one of the finest examples of error coinage ever seen. And what makes this even more intriguing is that for a long time, this coin remained in a private collection, passed quietly among elite collectors who recognized its rarity and potential value. And it wasn't until recently that it made headlines when it went up for public auction and set off a bidding war that captivated the numismatic world, with collectors, investors, and institutions battling for ownership. And when the final gavel fell, the price had skyrocketed to $82 million, setting a modern-day record and validating years of speculation about this coin's worth. And while some might find it hard to believe that a single penny could be worth so much, when you break down the individual components, the double die, the off-center strike, the die clash, the lamination flaw, the partial collar, the die cracks, and the pristine condition, it becomes clear that this coin is not merely a 1-cent piece but a confluence of improbabilities. A piece of art formed accidentally through mechanical error and preserved miraculously for decades, and because of its confirmed authenticity, unique error pattern, and historical significance, it now serves as a benchmark for other modern error coins, and it has also sparked renewed interest in the 2007 penny series, with collectors from around the world now combing through their change, coin rolls, and bank boxes in search of even the slightest error from this year, hoping to find another piece of the puzzle or a distant relative to the legendary $82 million cent, and though none have surfaced with the same combination of features, a few 2007 coins with minor doubling or rim distortion have appeared and are beginning to attract premium prices, though still far from the record-setting figure of this masterpiece. And it is this treasure hunt mentality, this hope that an everyday object could be a hidden gem, that drives the excitement and passion of coin collectors, and what also contributes to the lore of the 2007 penny is the mystery of how such a coin could have escaped the mint, as insiders suggest it may have been struck during a transitional phase or a shift change when errors are statistically more likely, or perhaps it was a die trial or test piece accidentally included in a production batch. And while the US Mint has not officially commented on this specific coin, former employees have noted that mistakes of this magnitude are almost always caught and destroyed, making the survival of this coin not only miraculous but practically impossible, which only adds to its mythos and market value. And collectors are now keeping a close eye on 2007 pennies not just for fun but because there is a proven precedent that even modern coins, when struck under bizarre and rare circumstances, can become multi-million-dollar collectibles. And this story has also reignited debates within the numismatic community about the future of error collecting, the legitimacy of extreme valuations, and the role of auctions in determining the perceived worth of rare coins. But regardless of opinions, the fact remains that the 2007 D penny sold for $82 million, and its existence has inspired a new wave of coin enthusiasts, a new generation of numismatists, and a heightened awareness that sometimes, even the smallest piece of metal can hold the biggest surprises. So next time you're handed a penny in change, take a closer look. You never know if the next great discovery is right there in your palm. And if you enjoyed exploring this mind-blowing story of the 2007 D 1-cent coin with us, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of incredible coins, jaw-dropping values, and the mysterious events that turn simple currency into priceless treasures.